sound is good. The sound is very good.
Hello,
Welcome
hello.
to Speakeasy.
Welcome to Speakeasy. This is Holly.
This is Anthem.
We're just bringing trending topics in the area and supplying you with a little simple, local eats and drinks. What are you drinking?
So right now I'm drinking Brash Abide. So it's very full bodied. I don't know. It's really smooth. I like it. You smell it. It smells like coffee, which is my favorite thing to drink.
I'm not gonna stick my nose in your drink or anything. But
Oh yeah, please don't. I don't need no. Thank you.
All right, and I'm drinking the Upland Sour Cherry or Cherry Sour.
Looks good. Beautiful
Ooh.
drink. You got that Martin thing going. Too much for you.
So we're just bringing you local trending topics, stuff that's near and dear to our hearts. I think Holly and I are both writers.
Exactly.
And we like to we have the gift of gab. So we thought, why not bring that gab to you? And also bring you some local stuff that we think tastes pretty good.
Yeah. So basically, we're going to talk about just random subjects.
Okay.
Whatever, the people want to hear. And I think probably one of the things that we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about sexuality.
Sexuality?
Yeah.
Faith? Religion?
We're going to talk about it all.
Yeah, all of it.
Yes.
All of it.
Yes. So we will dig right in.
Dig right in.
Obviously. Well, maybe not so obviously. We're both gay. Yes.
Very. Sometimes more than others.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, of course, sexuality would come into the picture, right? So, what is sexuality? Are you lesbian? Are you gay? Are you bi? Are you pan? What's the difference between bi and pan, right?
What is the difference between bi and pan?
So, from my understanding, and I could be completely wrong,
Okay.
but bisexuality, you like both sexes, men and women, mostly on a sexual level.
Sexual level, yes. There's an attraction, you don't discriminate.
Right.
And pan is kind of the broad spectrum. It's kind of the same, it's almost like
But there's more
try
a
anything
connection.
sexual.
It's more like a physical connection, not a physical, a spiritual connection that you have with someone,
Okay.
as opposed to just sexual.
Okay,
You
it's
don't-
not about the body
you can-
parts.
It's not necessarily about the body parts.
Okay.
No,
They don't hurt.
It's whoever. No, well, unless you want it to hurt, but But yeah, it's about that connection that you have with the gender. It doesn't matter if it's man or female.
Okay.
But it's confusing, even in our communities.
No, a
I'm
lot.
still like, what?
And there's still discrimination against it too. There's still the rolling of the eyes and everything else because it's something new. It's taboo.
Exactly. Exactly. But then one of the things I was thinking about when you talk about sexuality, right? The way I grew up, there was no sex before marriage, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So
No.
then what happens if you do abide by that rule and no sex before marriage? And you meet someone, you have no experience, but then is it a matter of you not having any experience with a person, or should you have experience with a person? Because you don't know the difference.
Lots of experience with a person. Like,
Because
lots.
you don't know the difference.
Don't hold back. I mean, I am a bananas like this. No, okay. So seriously, no, she's right. I mean, I was reading Shameless by Nadia Bolz-Weber, and it's actually one of my favorite books. And it talks about you teach kids shame. Sex is dirty. Sex is bad. And then they get married, and they're supposed to suddenly flip that switch off, and sex is supposed to be fun and pretty, but you can't flip the switch off. And then there's that feeling that if somebody's been around a bit, that they're damaged goods or they've been around too much, or how can you compete with that person who's had so much?
Exactly.
So
it's kind of, for me, I'm like, well, is it okay to not have the experience because you don't know anything differently when you do meet somebody? Or should you gain that experience and then you find someone and it sucks? You know what I mean?
No, yeah, absolutely. Or what if you find it bendy or it's cold all the time? What do you do? What is the proper? And then you're married and you're locked in, and maybe your faith or your culture or what you grew up with taught you that you can't leave the situation. So now you're stuck, and that's the worst part of having sexuality is feeling stuck in it.
Right.
Right. I think about there was a statistic. Well, this is a couple years back, but there's a statistic that 70% of women have never had an orgasm. That's scary. That's scary to me. Okay, excuse me. My mother, like I think about her a lot. She was born in 1929, so she's up there, you know.
Wait, your mother?
Yes, 1929.
What?
Girl, she got around. She got around. Well, 1929 in Texas.
Okay.
And she got married, and then I'm the youngest of the 9 kids that they had. So they didn't have TVs, 1. And 2, I don't think she was given a chance to, like, enjoy sex. Not that I wanted her to tell me about her enjoyments of
She was
sex.
just popping out babies.
You know, it's just popping out babies. By the time by the last one, they just walk out. You know, they can't really you know, they don't really have a place. It's just like, what do you do? I mean, I'm sure.
But see, I'm tripping on the
bell.
fact that you even care that much that your mother would have an orgasm. Or not? Have you asked her this question?
No, she's passed, and God forbid I would never have asked that question ever.
Okay.
But the idea is, I can imagine that she probably didn't. Even when she talks about like pregnancy, like whenever I said, "Oh my God, are you pregnant?" to a sister, you shouldn't say those things. Those are women's business. I mean, my God, my dad would walk out of the room whenever there was a tampon commercial on TV. It was like, why are you embarrassed? Why are you embarrassed? You obviously liked it, you know?
Okay.
There's other places that happen. There's shit that has to be done.
Okay.
With that, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's just one of those things. So if that was so taboo to them, pregnancy, and those women's business, then can you imagine just demanding an orgasm?
But then, okay, so this brings about another thing that since we're talking about this now, masturbation.
Okay, this is really good, by the way. It's very tasty. Upland Sour Cherry, thank you for recommending this. This is amazing.
Yes. So masturbation.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you think that if you've masturbated for a very long time, does it make sex harder for you? Because you're used to pleasing yourself, right?
Yes.
So can your partner please you the way that you can please yourself?
Okay, I'm gonna give a little TMI or TMFI if you want.
Oh, shit.
Like with my drink, with my partner Will. It gets to a point where, like, in between interacting with each other, stooping, if you will, there are these moments of us not, you're busy, school, whatever, our time is busy, and so you do, but you get to a point where self-gratification isn't enough, because it's just you and yourself, and it's, for a guy, it's just trying to relieve tension. It's just trying to, you get a quick visual, and then you're done. So it's not the actual physical interaction that you need that you actually get from having sex with somebody, that gruntle, pull my hair, call me a bitch, all those things that you really, really want, you're not getting from, I'm just kidding, don't call me a bitch, but if you, all those, it's all those things that you really, really would like and you need from another person, and when it finally hits that tipping point, that's when you'll see both of us go out of our way and, like, look for an excuse to touch each other, And it is. There's just, for guys, it's different. For women, please, I'm allergic, so I need you to teach me.
Allergic.
I need you to teach me.
I'm greedy. So, yeah. I don't know. For women, it's more than just physical, right? Because I'm sure you've heard that it all begins with, like, foreplay, right? Okay. So if we're both at work, you send me a nice little text, it starts there. Okay. It's a build-up.
So it's not even
emotional.
It's not even dick pic. It's like flirting. It's sexting.
You gotta play with my mind. If you can stimulate my mind, then of course you can stimulate. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So for women, it's absolutely different. Okay. And I do believe that two women absolutely know how to please each other. Okay. That's fair. It makes it very, very easy.
You know your own body. You know where. I didn't even know that the anatomy of. Okay, again, I also looked the other way during anatomy classes. I'm a little scared, but it is. You know your own body. You also know where places are. I think guys take, men in general, older generation, our generation and older, take women's anatomy for granted. There's that episode of Friends where she's like, the 7 basics. He's like, 7, and he's like, that's one. It's a big one, Yes. There are important parts, and guys don't, because we only have one main area.
Exactly. We got a lot of cracks and crevices and everything.
Well, I got cracks and crevices. I'm just saying, like here, like if you could breathe right here, it'll send,
I think that's a universal spot.
Really?
It's the same thing for us.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
At least for me.
It's
Absolutely.
it's the business.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the business. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So then from the text, how much longer do you like the build up? Do you is it almost the anticipation of it?
It's
What is
the
it?
anticipation for women. Just because we need to know that we are appreciated and that we're loved and
Okay.
that we're wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So if you start, as soon as you walk out the door and you send me a text, I miss you, or can't wait to see you tonight, or blah, 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 it starts from then on. And I'm not saying like a bunch of texts throughout the day, but, a couple throughout the day. And then when you get home, you're ready.
Okay.
You're ready, especially if you cook
Leg.
my favorite food.
She said, okay,
ready.
no,
Yeah.
you're right. Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I mean, I'm OCD. One of my favorite things to do is, I never told any relationship that I like cleaning. Like I need things to be in order.
Right.
I may leave a mess in a corner, but it's my perfect mess. I know
Right.
what's in there. I know
Right.
how to fix it. I know what to come out of that. But
Right.
the build-up of that cleaning and like that cleaning with Will and I think it builds up to this. We're connecting and we're doing something together. I've been trying to get him to paint with me. All these different things are different things that I would like to build up toward. So you're right. I think that mental stimulation, that connection with another person, is not showing me that I'm just this thing that helps you.
Right.
You're also helping me.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I can see, but that's the issue with men, though. You're helping me. It's always selfish.
yeah. It's always it's mine. It's mine.
Women are a little bit different.
Okay.
Like of course, all women would absolutely love to have an orgasm, but in some cases, we can handle ourselves.
Well,
But
do you
if-
want to? Does that feel
Not necess-
less than though?
Yeah,
Like where you're like,
no.
it's okay, I got this.
No, not necessarily. If you're with the right person,
Okay.
then you should be able to communicate. I'm a communications major, so I'm all about communicating. But if you communicate with your partner, then you should be able to tell them what it is that you like and what you need.
But in that sense of, say, they're done, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, it's okay, I got this? Or is it like, just be with me and I can get us the rest of the way? Or what is that conversation like? Is that
It depends on each individual couple.
Okay.
If you will. Sometimes it's that way. Some women get upset when they can't, but because we're so used to not having that satisfaction, we're used to just doing it ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that makes sense.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. Well, that brings me to another thing. Love and digital dating. Like, what? Now that we have social media, we have so many different portals to connect with people, and yet connecting with these people digitally, I sometimes feel more alone than actually interacting with these people.
Yes.
I was born in 81. You were born.
81. Thanks for telling my age.
You're welcome. So we were both in 81. So I grew up with the internet being on AOL dial-up. The only connection with gay people I had on gay.com. And if mom picked up the phone in the middle of my connection with somebody in Massachusetts, they're like, they messed up my love life, But that was the only way you could connect digitally. Everything else had to be done, and you get so frustrated with that you went to bookstores, and you went to coffee shops, and you tried your best, and it was part of the the allure of the search, kind of like the building up to sex.
Yeah.
It's the allure of the catch and find. It's the hunting. It's the you don't know, but whatever.
But
now,
this digital world, I think it took a lot of that away.
it did.
It really, really did.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, I firmly believe that it contributes to a lot of loneliness. It does.
Yeah.
It does. Because, it's so much easier now that you have social media, all the different outlets that are out there. But then, like, when you finally meet a person from on the digital wave, they could have been lying to you.
True. Or
You know what I mean?
or in the same vein, you could have been lying to them. So many people build up this fake online persona,
Right.
Instagram model,
Right, exactly.
and then
Exactly.
you have to meet with this person, and if you don't look perfect, if that pimple or that you know, your pads didn't work right, or
Right.
whatever it is that made you look amazing in that photo,
Right.
doesn't get you there. And then you have to meet this person in person.
Right.
You'll sabotage it before you've gotten a chance to actually interact with this person.
Exactly.
You know, because you're so worried about what you look like or what, you know, all those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then a lot of what you put out there, it's easy when you have those, you know, behind the scenes fingers. What they call it, Twitter fingers. Sometimes you can make yourself out to be.
Just going back to
whoever you-
masturbation. Twitter finger. Anyway, go ahead.
You can present yourself to be anything you want to be, right?
Okay.
But then, what if we finally meet and we have nothing to say?
Okay, because that makes sense. I mean, there's I always, and a different level of not just dating, but it's like I always like to say to somebody, I'm like, you talk a big game from way over there
Right.
over text messaging, you know,
Right.
meet me, tell me in person, have that same stuff, you know, strike up that conversation, keep me laughing.
Right.
Because how do I know you're not Googling or copying pasting jokes from somebody
Right.
else to you?
Right.
You know, I don't have that connection with you in the same sense, and
Yeah.
and that fear of
Yeah.
building up to it again.
Exactly. But I just feel like so much when it comes to social media, it's taking so much of that away, that personableness that we used to be able to get, and it's making you lazy too.
Okay, so how would you date or meet? I mean, just not even just dating, just socializing. It's one of the things that I thought was fun about dating was meeting somebody, becoming friends, and then it, like anticipation to sex,
Right.
building up into a relationship
Right.
where you have, you know,
Well, I mean, I still hold that pipe dream. Like, I would love to find somebody in a random place, grocery
Okay.
store, library, you know, something like that.
bumping in the mall, bumping into them in the
Not
mall.
yet.
Huh.
So, yeah, that's the plan. But, I mean, I want to meet someone very organically,
Okay.
if that's the case.
Okay.
But, I mean, the option when you come to digital, that's an option too. But you just don't know what you're going to get. And people
Dick pic.
hide
Dick pic. So,
dick pic.
dick pic.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying that's usually just dick pic. You know? Oh my God. What were we talking about earlier? Airdrop. Airdrop in New York City was subways, and everybody shares the Wi-Fi, and you would get these unwelcomed. I mean, not saying that I don't want to see it. Maybe later. Let me build up to it. You know? Maybe cuddled up in bed and we're just kind of flirting, and then I said, let me see a little, you know, let me ask for it. Other than that, you're just dropping it. But they're dropping it through airdrop. So it's dropping into people's phones. You got the balls to send that picture, and it ain't much to be sending or being happy about. You then face me face to face. You know, I just feel like it's such a coward thing to do, and it's almost like you're looking for, again, instant gratification like you would on social media.
Exactly.
Validate me. Tell me it's pretty.
But that
Tell me I'm
instant
pretty.
gratification is instant. It's only for like a second. I need something that's going to last me a lifetime.
This parallels our sex. I mean, our masturbation conversation. I mean,
Yeah.
you have guys who are just trying to. I mean, there's some girls here too who are just. I need you to tell me I'm pretty. You know.
Right.
Believe me, I'm Tinkerbell. If you don't clap for me, I die. So I get it, but it's also that that idea that, you know, you need that instant. You're trying to get that person to validate you sexually with your penis, with your vagina. You know, how cute your body looks. But then again, you've used so many filters. I don't really know. You know what you look like. So yeah, that's not the scary part. I mean, where would you coming to like social groups, right? I have found that Meetup is a cute app.
Okay.
That actually helps.
It's cute.
It's cute. If she ain't cute, put her on mute. You know. I actually use it. I usually as looking for. I didn't know that it was for all these other things. I looked for LGBTQ social groups.
Yeah.
They found me some support groups that kind of just people to talk, especially where we are in Spring, Texas. You know, it's a smaller suburb of Houston, so you don't have that. You know, you can't go to Montrose and just like meet people.
Right.
You have to seek people out here.
Right.
And so this gave people like wine drinking clubs and you know, social groups. And
So you found success on Meetup?
I found success. I haven't gone to these social groups. I've gone to the LGBT groups for food and wine tasting.
Okay.
They're usually couples already, which is but finding them gets you into that social circle so that you can find other places to go. Because I don't think that it's going to be. I don't think the people that actually go to like the speed dating places are the kind of people you actually want to date.
Got it.
You find like denim vest guy and like smelly goatee person, smelly other thing person.
Well, that's something new for me because maybe I need to go on meetup.com. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but it is. I mean, like there's social groups on in Houston, but just kind of Googling social groups. Because, I mean, Pride Houston has this whole thing about, but they build up only to Pride. It's only a Pride.
Right.
And they had a scholarship and they were asking for, what would you suggest? And I said, I don't think Pride should only focus on Pride Day, Pride Week, Pride Month. It should be spread out and then have events that keep building up to Pride every year. Right. So there's things, even if it's little social groups where kids can...
But then they started with Pride Woodlands. That's coming out
Pride
in September.
Woodlands got rained out last year. I mean,
when I went, it wasn't raining.
I think it should be coming up, right?
It's coming up at the end of September, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. But and these are things, but it is. And sometimes, but it's those situations where I wonder, is that a Pride social group or are those larger companies that are trying to market on the gay buying power so they'll show up?
More of that. It's probably a lot more.
There was 2 lumber companies last year, got wood. I was like, okay, all right, we get it. Penis joke. Okay, I mean, but I also don't want to see another Altoids float with boys in white shorts selling beads. What do I need another ring of beads for?
Well, you know what? That actually brings me to something I'm thinking about. I feel like I'm inundated by gay men. No matter where I go, if there's something that's supposed to be LGBTQIA, I always see just men.
If you're putting it there, I thought IA was artificial intelligence, and I didn't realize the letters were turned the other way around.
But it's the other way.
IA, got it.
Too much beer, y'all. So.
Thank you, Thistle Draft. Thank you, Thistle Draft.
Absolutely, thank you. But so with that, with the LGBTQ, I always feel like I see more men. Where are my lesbians? Where are my women?
I think culturally we've been divided. Because believe me, growing up, lesbians scared the hell out of me. They were tougher than me. I know they could kick my ass. Sometimes I would hit on a couple because they were really hot and butch. And I was like, oh, hey. And she turned around and I was like, kick my ass. Well, and so it is. I mean, even Will and Grace made jokes about how, like, we were, like, divided. Right. And even when I was in Pride in Los Angeles or New York City, you had the Dyke March, which was political, and it was like, we're here, we're queer, we won't disappear kind of chants. Right. And people were coming through the streets, and they were what the original Pride was, protesting against oppression. Right. And then you have Gay Pride, which became like a marketing snowball effect, where now suddenly these people you have politicians coming in there, and you're like, I don't know if you care about us. I just know you bought a car.
You just want votes.
You just want votes. And you came through here. What are your stands? Show me. Write it on your car,
Exactly.
And it is, and I find this weird place because there is this, even in gay culture, you have gay men who just want to be seen. And be pretty, and and just to wear the perfect outfit just to go to Riches or JR's, and not to say those places aren't great, but they are. Suddenly, there's the meat market. They're a place where you can.
Exactly. That's what I find. Because I mean, there's only one in Houston that I know about, and I was just actually reading an article, and they featured this lesbian bar, but they were also acknowledging that there aren't that many lesbian bars out there.
There's like 2 here. In Spring.
Tell me, which one? Don't say the.
No, the Ranch Hill. 45. Was that the place you don't want me to say? No, she cute.
Okay.
She cute.
Okay.
She cute. No, okay. She's. It is, but you do, and I find that's more of a lesbian bar. The Room Bar is more of a gay bar.
Right.
Because it is, and I do say that, not to say I don't like drag shows. Sometimes
I love drag shows.
I love drag shows too.
Drag queens, if you're watching this, I love you.
You should give it a shout out if y'all want topics to be talked about here, especially our drag queen girlfriends. Mm-hmm. Or maybe even come over here and give us some lipstick tips, and show makeup, or show me how to twirl. I don't know how to twirl. But show me
how to lip sync.
But there's sometimes when you're at a bar and you're just trying to gab or whatever else, and it's another drag show. Not saying, but sometimes there's some tired drag shows up in there, and I know you know what I'm talking about, where there's some queens out there with a couple pieces of duct tape and a couple pieces of feathers, and you calling that serving it. That's not serving it. It's not serving it. It's not. And so it's just like,
Okay.
You know, I'm
Right.
used to old school '90s drag in Texas, especially. You know these pageant queens.
Not,
You know.
okay, I'm not originally from Texas.
Okay.
Okay.
So
But
Texas is known.
I didn't even really get into drag until probably a couple of years ago, honestly.
Yeah, it's
So,
the
yeah.
illusion. It's the illusion of putting on this other persona and lip syncing, and then selling me the story to
Right.
this. You know, it's what I always grew up with drag. Now New York there were more gabbing queens. These queens could like snowball, and they were so quick on their feet.
Right.
And then you have New York, Los Angeles, where these girls were more about politics and like shock value and just different aesthetics. So you have different queens all over the place.
Right.
Queens in Texas were about the show. Lately, I've been coming around and I don't feel like I'm getting it. There's a couple, Mistress Isabel, you know, Layla LaRue, a couple of girls, shout out to girls in San Antonio who really have costume changes, everything else I love.
Right.
But you're in this place to drink and part of this illusion, and then give me this illusion. You never know if this one drag place is going to be the vehicle to this next show, to a bigger place, to a pageant, to a commercial, to whatever it is, you know. And you want all those opportunities to be something.
Right.
And that's just not drag queens. That's just everybody. You know, dressing up before you go somewhere. You know, feel good, because if you feel good, you act good. You want to go places. Going to a date. If you show up in flip flops on a date with me, I don't know if I want to see your feet. And they better
You
be
don't
cute.
want to see my beautiful feet?
I don't know, but they better be cute, especially man's feet. Scaly.
That might be a challenge.
Talon.
That might be a
Raptor
challenge.
from Jurassic Park. Kind of, you know?
But I mean, still, even then, it still goes back to it is very difficult to find women, fellow women.
Sorry, off topic.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
absolutely.
yep, absolutely.
Back to topic.
I gotta put them on topic.
No, exactly. Women. The room bar, I knew that but it's like, but do you think that women are really wanting a bar? Or are they looking or is there another avenue or venue to go to? Are they looking for somewhere where it's more physical, mental stimulation? You know, I'm not saying like color me mine or like painting with a twist. No, I'm saying like maybe we're trying to pigeonhole a lesbian gathering in a bar when they're demanding more.
We just want our own spot. I'm tired of seeing a lot of men, okay?
No.
I'm just tired of seeing it.
She shut me down.
I'm just tired of seeing it. I just want a place. I'm not discriminating against other men, but I want to see beautiful women out.
Yeah.
Okay? There's one bar that comes to mind, and that's it. That bar is called Pearl. So I'm familiar with Pearl. I used to go all the time, but
Y'all wrong for
stopped.
Pearl.
What's wrong with Pearl? Don't even go there. Don't.
I know where y'all
I have not
going.
been to Pearl in a very long time.
Okay. Was it cute when you went?
When I went, it was very cute. I don't know what it's like now. Maybe I need to make an appearance. But that's all we have.
Okay.
So all I'm saying is, give me the women. That's it. But looking at the time.
Okay. Looking at the
I
time.
do want to take a time and thank Jake, the general manager here at Thistle Draft, for letting us come.
Thank you, Jake.
And to the owner, Mary. Right? Cheers.
Cheers.
So, until next time,
Till next time.
stay thirsty.
Stay thirsty.